What's up guys, I'm Nico of CamCrunch, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Holga 135 Lomo camera, and this is called the Holga 135 because it does take 135 film or 35mm film, and the reason why I got this over the regular Holga, which takes 120mm film or medium format film, is because 135 is more readily available. You can get them at your drugstore. They just have it in more stores, and you can also develop it in your local drugstore. And it's just, it's just a lot easier and more convenient for someone that doesn't do, their own developing. So that's why I got this. I also got this because I got it at a really good price, brand new, at an Urban Outfitters. This is actually the Pendleton edition, the burgundy one. And the difference between the regular Holga 135 and the Pendleton edition, well, the camera is actually the same, but the Pendleton comes with this case right here, which is really pretty. It has this nice pattern, and it's kind of hard. You can't actually use it while you're shooting because it opens like this. It's more for carrying around, but it still looks good, and I did get it for an awesome price. So let's go back to the camera itself. I'll first run through the different features of the camera, and then I'll kind of talk about my experience with the camera. So again, the Holga 135, it has a 47mm lens in the front, which you would, kind of consider a normal focal length, a little less than 50, but, for 35mm, around 43 is actually the, the normal focal length. It also has an f8 lens, but the lens can actually change aperture. All you have to do is change the setting up here. I don't know if you can see it, but right now it's a sun, and you can switch it to this this more cloudy setting, and the cloudy setting is f8 and the sun is f11, so you can actually shoot at f11. Also here at the top you can see that you have these little indicator icons on your focus ring, and that's sort of a distance scale, dumbed down. So you have your head and shoulders, you have your small group, you have your bigger group, and then you have your landscape, which is presumably infinity. So it's made easy. All you have to do is kind of figure out what you're shooting relative to these little icons, and focusing gets easy. You end up not really having to use the icons later on. You can just kind of know where these things are, so that you don't really have to take your eye out of the viewfinder too often. So they made that easy. On the bottom of the camera, you have a switch here. It says B and N, and that is bulb and normal. So bulb is, bulb, so you can hold down the shutter as long as you want. For you bulb shooters out there, I can't shoot bulb myself handheld because I'm not steady enough, but you have your normal mode, which shoots at 1/100th of a second. So that is normal. Now looking at the top of the camera, you have your shutter, you have a hot shoe, you have your frame counter, and you have your film rewind crank, which also opens the back of the camera. And it's pretty easy to load the film. All you have to do is lift this up, drop your film in, pull the film, insert it in this hole right here, and advance. And simple as that. Here in the back you have your film advance, and you have your viewfinder. Here on the left, or the right if you're looking at this way, but the left is your lanyard, which is kind of nice. You can hang it around your wrist or whatever, but I kind of wish it was on this side to make it more usable, because I'd like to be able to hold my camera like this with the lanyard going around, and that's just not possible with it on this side. So I think it would have been a lot more useful had it been attached here, or had they included neck strap lugs. That would have been really awesome. So that's it for the outside of the camera. So let me just place this camera here with the case while I'm talking about it. So the Holga 135, I was really excited about it, again, because I got it for a really low price. And I bought four rolls of film when I got it, and I shot them all at the same time without getting one developed first, which is pretty dumb on my part, but I was really excited, so don't blame me. But what ended up happening was I didn't get the viewing from the viewfinder perfect, because I wasn't sure what part of the viewfinder actually showed in the images, because you know that with these Lomo cameras, you're never really sure how the viewfinder will act corresponding to your actual image. So what ended up happening was the tops of my photos were actually, a lot of them were cut off. So if I did portraits, a lot of the heads were cut off, and things like that. So some of my initial photos were not too good in that regard, but after that, you kind of know how to frame your images after that, and you don't make the same mistake again. So that's something that you guys who are just buying this camera, something to look out for. Test a roll of film just to get the hang of the viewfinder, develop it, see how it is, and then shoot more rolls after that, after you know how the framing is going to look like. Apart from that, I have to say that everything else that I experienced with this camera was very positive. It's a pretty well built camera. It's really thick plastic, and it's better built than I had expected it to be. No light leaks whatsoever. I don't know if you guys like that or not like that about Lomo cameras. Some people actually buy Lomo cameras to get light leaks. Yeah, it's a really, really good camera. I actually also tried it with the Diana flash, and that was also really fun. And I really don't know what else to say. It's well built. The pictures are what you would expect from a Lomo camera. You guys might not like the 47mm because it, if you've ever used a 50mm, it's not wide enough for some people. And if you guys like a little bit wider, then this might not be the camera for you. You might want to go for like LCA wide, just to get a wider lens. But this isn't that wide, but it's good for general purpose. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys like this, short review, but there isn't too much to review about this camera. It's a Lomo camera, and people usually know what to expect. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.